Okay, you guys. So, do you know what the word of the year is? Do you know, as a youth pastor? No. Okay, 2023. It was Riz, and we all just figured that out. That was 2 years ago, you guys. Brain rot was 2024. This year, rage bait. Now, I learned this from. I love having like a teen and young adult because they teach you fun things. Okay. So it's saying something that will obviously make someone mad just to get the reaction, just to get their reaction. We used to call it, in our day, we called it, we're trying to get somebody's goat. Yeah, try to get your goat. Who made that up? But I'm going to give you some real life examples, okay? So I don't have brothers in real life, but I have my annoying brothers at church that I love so much. But you guys rage bait me. So John, Brant, Michael, now Jim. Jim's the best at rage baiting, okay? And I am falling for it every time. So listen, a couple weeks ago, he goes, "You guys bring separate cars?" And I go, "Yeah." And he goes, "You know how much gas? You know how much gas that costs?" And I start getting upset. And then I was like, why do I let him do this to me, right? But he does this every week. There's always something. That's just one example. And he's laughing because I'm just getting upset, trying to explain. So, so rage baiting started as an online thing. It says it's online content deliberately designed to elicit anger or outrage by being frustrating, provocative, or offensive, typically posted in order to increase traffic or to engage with a particular web page or social media account. AI describes it a little bit more from provoke anger, frustration, outrage, and they purposely want to drive engagement, the likes, the comments, the shares, because they get profit from it. This tactic manipulates emotions for clicks. So it's moving beyond, remember we used to have clickbait, and now we're trying to get into the rage bait. And it's all an algorithm thing. So last Sunday, I was driving to church, and I was starting to recall a situation. Now, we went through the forgetting what you can't forget? Is that what it was, Lisa Turkhurst? Yes, forgiving, thank you. And you think, oh yeah, I don't have any grudges, I don't have any issues, but something came into my mind. And I was kind of, playing it over in my head. And then right then, Jim pulls out in front of me, going really slow. And then he does like a 3-point turn, real nice and slow. And I thought I couldn't tell if he was doing it on purpose, I thought he's rage baiting me. And I'm glad I wasn't in a hurry because I would have started, getting upset. But I felt like the Lord said to me at that moment, that's exactly what the enemy is doing to you, and you are falling for it again. And it's funny when he does it. It's funny. But when the enemy does it, it's not funny, right? In Luke 17:1, it says, it is impossible that no offenses should come. But although we encounter these offenses, we have to choose how we respond and react. So I don't know if you guys know about that book by John Bevere called The Bait of Satan. It is sold, millions of copies. And it's because he says it exposes one of the most deceptive snares Satan uses to get believers out of the will of God, offense. So we just get offended at each other. That's all. He just wants us to get offended with each other. Most people who are ensnared by the bait of Satan don't even realize it. And then he talks about how to stay free from it. And he says this is how you know you've fallen to the bait of Satan. If you feel compelled to tell your side of the story, you start having suspicion or distrust of people. This is the one that gets me. What can I do to stop rehearsing past hurts? Stop rehearsing them. That's what I have to tell myself. Yep, stop reliving it. How can I regain trust after someone deeply offends me? He says, we are vulnerable to a root of bitterness. Therefore, we must be prepared and armed for offenses because our response determines our future. We get to choose how we respond. So rage bait, going back to that, highlights a growing awareness of digital manipulation tactics. The devil's a manipulator. And reflects a significant rise in usage as people recognize content meant to exploit emotional responses for clicks and views. So just as kids know, they're smart. They start going, that's rage bait, that's clickbait, don't click on it. But we have to remind ourselves not to, fall for the enemy's tactics. In 2 Timothy 2:23 through 26, it says, "Again I say, don't get involved in foolish, ignorant arguments that only start fights. A servant of the Lord must not quarrel, but must be kind to everyone, be able to teach, and be patient with difficult people. Gently instruct those who oppose the truth. Perhaps God will change those people's hearts, and they will learn the truth. Then they will come to their senses and escape from the devil's trap." The devil's trap. Okay? I like that. Wait, hold on. For it says, "For they have been held captive by him to do whatever he wants." He's just like being a little puppet master up there, doing. And then I like how the message says, "forced to run his errands." Okay, I know I have to hurry. So 2 Corinthians 2:10 through 11 says, "Anyone you forgive, I also forgive. And what I have forgiven, if there was anything to forgive, I have forgiven in the sight of Christ for your sake, in order that Satan might not outwit us." So just a reminder, we have to be aware of the enemy's tactics and refuse to allow him to manipulate us, saying no to rage bait and to the bait of Satan. Okay, that's all I got.